Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Life up in the north. The wind catches, casts a low lying, whirling noise as night transfers to day. Day transfers to night. It creates an aura of dread among them as you hear the howling, the slow whistling noise, the silence, and the howls that occur through it, and the cracking sound of a great roar coming from the mountains as an avalanche tumbles downward. For the person hiding in a small den, panting and afraid she spent a whole day in there, not even peeking out once. Sheer terror gripping her heart. The beating of the heart is a fragile thing. Fear is a fragile thing. As eventually, two small wolf eyes peer out of the small hole, and she's greeted with this the empty, barren landscape of the wind turning to evening, howling. It almost creates this weird aura of mist as the wind catches from the snow that kind of perforates around. You see the trees billow in the wind as Charlotte Sullivan, you are on your own. The dead silence of the land of the north.
Yeah, that dark little muzzle pokes out first, snuffling. Very quietly at first, as though she's too afraid to really give it a good woof, but if nothing in particular stands out, no particular scents assault her nostrils, yeah. Slowly the muzzle, the eyes, the ears slink out. And while she has still a mild cut on one of her hind legs, Charlotte very begrudgingly creeps from that cold little cubby she's been staying in, peering around, not even shaking off until she is absolutely sure that she is depressingly alone.
What you hear as you're creeping out, you hear this mighty roar echo through the valleys down towards that river. But it's from far, 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 far away. But it's a mighty howl of victory.
At least he's far away. Yeah, she finally gives herself a bit of a shake, loosing all the dirt that's been in her fur. It's been kind of itching. She can feel it's in there. Didn't have enough room to do anything about it, but she finally gives a shake, sprays bits of dirt and soil, just blah. And takes a moment to try to remember what direction she came from, what direction she burrowed from, and starts kind of slinking back that way, keeping pretty low, keeping fairly quiet, seeing if she can slowly, riddled with paranoia, creep back towards the river.
You start trekking, taking your time. And eventually, as you're trekking along, you do see someone walking beside you. Not saying anything, but you see her off in the distance. Kind of the snow white hair up towards the river with her back towards you. You just see the snow white long hair, the nice kind of odd bohemian clothes that she wears, but just staring off.
There'll be a long, long studying. She'll even poke up her nose before she breaks, like, cover, as it were. But she stares for a long time and finally creeps out the tiniest bit and kind of nervously issues a yip. It's kind of like a questioning, almost childish yipping noise. Just one little yap to see if she turns.
Nope. She almost seems to be, you can hear crying.
And again, kind of cautiously, timidly, really kind of looking around, starts veering in that direction, slinking still, keeping fairly low, and yeah, just approaches.
As the figure turns to you, yes, it's Cassie, but as she turns to you, her gut is open as blood seeps out slowly from that wound that you saw her take. She just looks at you as tears of blood actually come out of her face. She just turns and looks at you very slowly.
I'm not gonna lie, when she turns around and her gut is open, there is that, you know, that panicked dog scramble where feet kind of go everywhere for a second. She kind of scrambles back a step in shock.
And she doesn't say anything, but she just fades into dust right in front of your eyes,
Cassie?
blown away by the wind.
She quickly scrambles over to roughly where she thinks she was, snuffling around, looking for blood droplets, anything.
No, just wind and snow.
The ears kind of slick back, the head drops, and she quickly, like, kind of retreats. Kind of back the direction she came from, she thinks.
Give me a perk alert.
Okay. Oh, helps if I'm in the right place.
It does.
No, low rolls aside. That's 2 in lupus. Or 3 in
Yeah,
lupus.
Jesus, that was terrible. 3, yeah, 3. Yep, 3. You can see like a flash of something in the low moon light up in the distance.
A flash?
Like a flash off a windscreen. Like, you know when light reflects off like a window shield?
Yeah. Like up in the woods? Where? What? Wait?
Up in the woods and the distance, right, and towards that woodland.
Is this off direction from the river?
Yes.
She'll glance around, kind of frantically, trying not to lose her spot. But is there any particular landmarks here? Anything really?
I would say there's a large, like, gnarled piece of like a tree log, like the end of a tree stump, that's kind of have these weird kind of 3-line scratches in it. Very distinctive.
I bet they are. She'll actually go up to the first, walk along it, trot along it, and go to like the largest branch. Not the trunk itself, but since it's down, the first branch, the what would have been the lowest. And she starts kind of gnawing at the bark, tries to kind of gnaw a distinctive mark there.
Give me a wit survival.
Spitting bark like tip, 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 tip.
Yeah, give me wit survival. Let's see how much of a mark you leave.
Well, if is high, that's still 2.
Yeah, you do. You leave a distinctive pip, 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 pip type mark.
Yeah, she leaves like the 2 rows of molars from where she's just kind of raking, like yarn, yarn, yarn. Just something that she can look for later if she can find her way back here. She needs landmarks. Ugh. So yeah, she finally orients herself to where she saw the first flash. Kind of tries to crane around, see if she can catch another from the same direction. Maybe it was moonlight.
Give me another perk alert.
There's far more. It's 5.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll get this picture for you because you'll like this. Bear with me 1 second, because it's being a butt. Again. There we go. Finally, you're back working. See that floating down the river where you were looking? Just
Mad
floats
scramble.
on by. You start to float in. Are you going in? Are you trying to carefully go in? Or are you just diving?
How, like, is there a high risk she's gonna miss him?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just kind of plunges. She's not thinking about it. She knows he shouldn't be there, but she's real shook. Dex and Lupus. This place too.
You can wade in and dive right on where you see him. Just an empty river as you bash into one of the trees as you start to float a bit, but you keep your balance so you're not dragged away by the current.
Yeah. As he disappears, like she even is like snapping for the clothes. And as he fades, she proceeds to frantically scramble back out of the water, shaking herself vigorously. And yeah, now she's wet. Now everything's terrible. Because human mind. Hypothermia. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Shake, 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 shake.
You start frantically shaking, but you still see again, as you come out of the thing, you do see that flash of the windshield again in the woods.
She'll walk around to where that tree was again, reaffirms it exists. And, you know,
it does exist.
She'd be more worried about her tracks, but that pack is distant. So she will just point herself in the appropriate direction and beeline, because she will leave a trail. It's not snowing yet. She'll be able to follow it back.
Give me a dex survival. Let's see how well you do this. Let's see how well you nimble through there, Charlotte.
Survival, you say?
Yes.
Oh, hey, 2 whole successes.
Oh, look at that. You do. You're not as familiar as say Alice or Juno or these people, but you get your way through to the muzzle flash. And what you find deep in the woods now, this picture is light, unfortunately.
Okay.
But it is that.
There is a pause. The tail very tentatively rises about 1 whole inch.
I want you to imagine it's a much, much, much darker.
Yeah. Still, is that a whole helicopter? That's
half of one.
That's most of a helicopter, which is still better than none of a helicopter. And she forgets herself and probably should be more cautious, but she'll kind of scramble towards it. It's covered in snow.
I'm assuming you're covered in snow. Do you try wrench open one of the doors?
She's initially going to kind of rush over because someone might have come out of it. There might be an opening in it. She's going to scramble up and start kind of scuffling around it to see if there's any point that's already open.
There is. There's a kind of the sliding doors that you can kind of you have to step on through if you're a passenger.
Yeah, going for it.
You climb in and right in the passenger seat, reading a book.
Any?
Don't you look up?
Sorry.
She goes to open her mouth and just blood slowly trickles out of it.
No, you're probably not real, but I'm sorry. She'll try more cautiously this time. To slowly approach. You know, every kind of submissive gesture taken as she just tries to like just touch her with her nose, just anything.
The closer you get, you see the wound that happened. You know what I mean?
She still just edges closer, saying I'm sorry over and over. Just trying to touch it. Trying to touch her.
We never get out, do we, Charlotte?
No. But you deserve to.
Did I?
Yes.
Do you?
Can't.
But do you deserve it?
No.
Why?
I've killed too many people. Too many of my own people.
Do you think that makes you bad?
Means I can't leave. Until I make up for it.
She looks out. As again, she fully turns and she's, you only caught a glimpse of Jenny's body. You see the full thing. Jesus fuck. You know what I mean?
I should have known.
You never did.
You didn't deserve it.
We all did.
No. Did enough. Was she at any point able to actually like nose up, even just to like touch her nose to her elbow, anything?
You feel the cold hand touch your nuzzle.
A lot of people will say dogs can't cry, and they're fucking wrong.
Are you melting up the Hamid so you can actually let her touch your face?
Is she still wet?
No. Nah.
It's kind of frosted up and probably like shaken off.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly? Yeah. Yeah, she is. When the cold hand touches her face, doesn't matter if she's real. Charlotte just reverts. And just very gingerly, like, again, she is no shit terrified that Jenny will disappear if she touches her, but she still goes to, like, pick up one of her own hands, lay it on the back of hers.
It's cold. It's so fucking cold.
Should have done more. I should have looked out for you.
We never do look out for the ones we care about. Not anymore. Not when we have to save so many.
I try.
So many, Charlotte. You have to save so many.
Going to?
But you'll have to let people like me die to do it.
And she's trying so hard not to look at the injuries. Trying to look up at her eyes, look at her face.
They're brimmed with tears. She's in that weird dress you found her as well.
I'm not gonna let it happen again.
It'll always happen.
Every time I stop them, there's one less.
But you can't just do it on your own.
I'm not going to.
Otherwise, they'll be trapped here like me. And the others.
How do I let you go?
And more tears just streak down her face. Is this giving you the, oh, sweetheart? She'll lean down very softly and plant a kiss on your lips as she fades into dust. You can't.
She sits back, just brimming over with tears. Rubbing her cheeks. Just scrubbing at them. She indulges it for a hot second, I'm not gonna lie to you. Efficiency only goes so far. But once she's had a second to kind of indulge and get over her hiccups, she starts looking around.
Give me a perception investigation, buddy.
I will.
Right. You find a lighter, several what looks to be sets of 2 med kits, and a shotgun.
She'll dig for ammo when she finds the shotgun. To see how
You'll
much she can
find
stock
at
up.
least. You'll find like a box, like a small box. It's got about like 10 rounds.
That's enough. Were our bags dedicated enough that she still has it?
Yeah, I'll give it the yeah.
So yeah, she starts shoving these things into her bag and is really going to start like with that we'll start really digging around because there has to be something she can use. There has to be something she can do with the electronics. There has to be a radio. There has to be something.
There is a radio, yes. Some of the electronics, it's really weird. It's like they were imploded from the inside, but the radio, ironically, still works. Well, you think it might. But a lot of the electronics are frazzled.
It looks at least in better shape than the rest, which is promising.
Yeah.
So she starts looking, tries to see if there's, I don't know even how these start, keys, a button, something to get electricity running in this thing again.
Give me a wits technology check.
Ooh. Holy shit.
Hot diggity dog, and it was a high diff as well. 3 successes. All right, you find the button, connector point. You give.
Yeah, if this thing's exploded, she's gonna. Yeah, she will at the very least be following lines back if she has to, following wires.
Yeah, you do, and it's powered the fuck out. Like it's like the power over, like it overwent itself, like overshocked.
Gonna think a second. And actually, first, she is going to quickly do a thing just in case. She's going to take a minute to sugar down to Lupus. Because now she has a base that she likes better. And she is going to go, pell-mell back out kind of the tracks she wore in, and then take a scamper off in another direction until she can hit a place where there isn't snow, somewhere where there's tree cover to break the trail.
Give me a wit survival check.
Oh boy. Seven. Nope. Botch.
You think you do it. You think you do it real good.
She is convinced as she cleverly backtracks down her trail that she has done the best job. And then yeah, as a follow-up to that goes, backtracks it slowly, carefully back to where she originally walked. Goes, snags, reverts, snags like a branch or something, and tries to kind of cover up the trail from there to the copter itself. Like, yeah, that's again, right. I'm going to lay a false trail and I'm going to cover my trail. Yeah.
So clever.
She's so fucking clever. I'm so good at this. And once she is...
clapping as you come. You hear a slow clapping as you come in towards the helicopter, leaning up against it.
Oh, you don't get to be here. You're a dick. Just kind of looks at him like, why?
Oh, come on, Charlotte. Come on. Come here. Puts his arm around you. You feel it. It's really refreshingly warm.
Oh, God. Please be real. I don't even care how bad I get my ass kicked. Please be real.
No, sorry, honey. I'm just up out of your head again.
Oh, God. Tell me you're here for moral support.
No. Well, yes and no.
Just rubs her face.
You might meet a guy later. I don't know yet.
Might what?
If he's bothering to come. You might meet a guy later. Who knows? Wink.
Not daunting at all. Kind of glances back over her quote covered trail.
It's a pretty good trail it got there.
I'm fucking trying, and she turns and...
So what you gonna do, Charlotte? You gonna start up the helicopter and fly away?
Can't start up half a helicopter. And it's funny because she starts to go to duck in to shake him off, but even if he's imaginary, he's warm, and it's weirdly reassuring, even though he's a dick. So she actually hesitates. What would you do?
I gather what supplies I need, and I'd start making my way and finding people who figured out why the fuck they attacked us.
Fucking making sense and shit.
Of course, I'm you. We always make sense.
Blinks. God, one day out in the snow when I'm hallucinating. The hallucinations don't even have the fucking courtesy to pretend to be real all the time. So that's kind of reassuring now that I think about it. Is she talking to herself as she starts going back into the helicopter?
Think about this. How afraid are we right now?
Pretty fucking afraid.
Yeah, we are.
Good reason.
Our mind has been... We've not been doing good lately. It was bound to happen.
Oh, because it's me?
No, because look at this place.
I think it would have taken longer than a day. She is still scavenging. Only seen daylight coming down the tunnel for one cycle. It's been a day.
Are you sure? Because you were off, and we were awfully scared there, sweetheart.
Pretty sure it was a day. Fucking, you know what? She reaches into her pocket.
Now we're pretty sure.
She literally just goes into her pocket for her phone.
It's dead.
Son of a bitch. Starts digging in her bag. I know I packed a backup battery. Digging.
There's no backup battery.
What the fuck? Shit. Shit. I'm fucked.
Are you?
I'm a lot closer to fucked than I was a minute ago.
If that's what you think, I guess you won't need us anymore.
What? Don't do it.
Do what?
Don't you just leave me here.
Oh, I see. You don't want me to leave, but a minute ago you were cussing me out.
I'm a woman, we're fickle. Starts like digging through, like, she really is. She will go even into the back of that helicopter and she will toss that shit thoroughly. Like, before it was a glance around, nah. She is thoroughly tossing this shit for any supplies, anything she could possibly use.
Perception investigation.
She's no.
You find several more wiring, several more tubing, several things you can use to charge, several things you can wrap around. If you make a stick, you could use them sharpened for spears. You find a fuck ton of industrial shit.
She just starts shoving it in her pack. She doesn't give a shit. She's like, oh yeah, yep. Keeping this. Could probably use. Wonder if I can get this thing running enough to use the radio. Making contact would be pretty hot right now since there's already a pack out here somewhere.
Well, go on.
Clambers back up into the front.
So you're going to be the peacemaker now, Charlotte? Is that the big plan that we have?
Yeah?
And how's that working out for you?
Well, as soon as I'm out of the snow, I'll let you know. Even the best peacemaker can't make peace with people who don't want to. Grumbles.
But why do you not? But do you understand why they were doing it?
No, and I'm gonna backtrack. But being able to radio in would be good. Yes, yeah. I'll have to clear fucking trail. And once I get back there, I know how to get to the river. Because it wasn't far. And from the river, I remember which way we went to get to the camp. And there's got to be something in the carnage. There's got to be a clue. And what's with the fucking temporal bubble? What is with the temporal bubble? Kind of glances over, like, as she's futzing with wires and shit. Like,
How
she's
the fuck am I
deep
supposed?
in this half-exposed engine.
How the fuck am I supposed? I'm some subconscious in your messed up brain.
How are you part of my subconscious? I don't get it.
Because you and I are exactly alike.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No. Shakes her head.
You sit down. You sit down and like, ooh, dirt. Cleans the dust and everything. Like, better. You know what I mean?
She's just looking over at this hallucination periodically as she is trying to rewire this radio. Trying to wire it into something that she can get to life again. And I can make craft rolls if you need, as she is working on this.
Yes, you'll need a minimum of 10 successes.
Oh, God. Okay. Come on, Charlotte. At least this is your specialty. Fucking electronics. Oh. That's not good. He's making zero headway.
Ooh.
God, I can't even zap myself. Fuck.
This is not good.
It's not fucking good. kind of glances out the windshield periodically, leaning. Fuck.
Come on, try
Are
again.
are they still howling, by the way? Yeah.
No.
For what it's worth, the encouragement
What you will
helps.
hear is a series of howls up towards the mountains.
That's still distant. That's still good.
And then you hear this up in the mountains.
There we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you start to make a bit of headway. You know what I mean?
So
That's probably at the point where you hear the big rumbling from the mountains.
She kind of freezes. Like, she was so ecstatic that, she's fucking around. She's finally getting stuff. She actually zaps herself and is excited about that as much as she's sticking her finger in her mouth. And then the rumble happens and she kind of pauses. What was that?
You kind of poke your head out. You see something breaking off the top clearing of the mountain.
Ooh, that's not good. Okay, but that's over there. It's fine. It's fine. I've still got time. Still got time. Whew. Focus. Focusing. Focus, Charlotte. Come on. Yep. Gets her hands back in this. Yeah, radio work. I can make a radio work. Son of... It's only one more. She's like halfway there. It's not good.
You start making all these lights and
oh god, no, disconnect. No. Bad. She pulls back the wire like, no. I don't want to connect any of those. I just want the radio to work. Fuck.
You do hear then some thud of footfall outside the back of the fucking helicopter.
She'll glance over. His carves disappeared.
Yep.
It's in the neighborhood, my ass. Fucking, she proceeds to legit try to kind of carefully squeak in and like get into the foot space of the seating area, or like even if there is like an open chunk taken out of the chassis there, like the driving well, she will like half climb in with the engine. Nope, not today, Satan.
We're at that stealth roll.
She's trying. That's 3. Ooh.
You do hear 3 footfalls. One is definitely a wolf.
Just listens. Curls up in there and stops moving. She, in fact, like...
They seem to be talking... Actually, 2 of them are definitely human. They seem to be talking in some sort of weird tongue.
Is it anything she
can,
like,
hear the
ethnicity on, roughly?
Native American.
Oh, that's... All right, Torna, let me ask you the dangerous question. How much does she know about fucking, like, Wendigo?
Roman intelligence academics represent this as your Garulor.
Very well. How much do I remember about the fucking Wendigo? Nothing!
You didn't fucking clue. What's a Wendigo?
Pretty sure they were... I mean, I don't remember any good stories, but I don't remember any stories. Fuck. She stays curled up in that little, like, alongside the engine block, just listening, terrified that, like, the fucking mist from her breath is gonna give her away.
I will say this. A weird shadow seems to cast over the thing as well. One of these guys, it's just weird. As you hear the sniffing outside of it, then like...
Yeah, she just... You know what? She's never been a religious woman. But she doesn't know what to do. And she's not sure if this should be a good thing or a bad thing, so she just keeps hiding for the moment. There's no way she's going to beat out a lupus nose, but she could hope. Just curled up in Hamid next to an engine. What better place to find a fucking glasswalker? Jesus Christ.
Coming through first is this. Just sticks its big, weird head out. Eyes kind of gleam a bit, and it fucking sees you. Clear as day.
It pokes its head into another hole in the engine block, like, oh. She just whips around and glances, and the eyes get kind of wide, like, oh.
You see the teeth beginning to, like, you know what I mean? That kind of threatening.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm Gru. Don't do it.
This one steps into the helicopter then. I mean, he's covered in dark tattoos along his skin, but like blood war paint. He's fucking horrifying looking. Shaved head, but there's like weird kind of markings on the side of his head as well and on his back.
She kind of, do they seem to understand what she's saying? Is there any sign of like recognition? Because she's speaking English. Oh, good. Something she's good at.
You then hear a bow. You hear a bow drawn as well by the edge of as this man steps in from the other side.
It's only like one. She's just trying to glance for any sign that there's recognition to what she's saying.
This one, the big one with the weird death glare, understands what you're saying.
I'm coming out. I'm coming out slowly. Oh, my shit's already out there. She starts carefully, because she knows at least one of them is straight watching her, and for all she knows, they have a pack link. Kind of slowly clambers out the way she clambered in.
You clamber out. This thing kind of just takes his tech and like tug, puts his big head back through.
The fluff gets stuck.
Pads over. It's not where big as Moon does know, or one of the red talons you've seen, but decent sized lupus.
That's cool. Yeah,
but it's baring teeth. You know what I mean? Like that.
She
it is not happy.
Hands are up, and she starts slowly sinking down. Takes a knee, keeps the hands where they can see them. I mean, they're gloves, but close enough. I'm just lost. Kind of glancing between them.
This one has a bow, fucking drawn. He says something like deep, like the language is bitter. There's a smirk on his face. You know what I mean? As he moves forward,
she's getting bullied.
The big one puts his hand back and pushes him back with a considerable force. Your name. Speak it.
Charlotte Sullivan, called Firefly.
Tribe. Speak it.
Glasswalker.
The other one makes these weird snarling noises, but he growls at the two of them. They go kind of like, oh, you know what I mean?
Okay, Alpha established.
Rank.
Got it.
Rank.
Foster.
Where are you from?
Hearthfire.
No, this one, right? You say Hearthfire, this one starts fucking going off. You know what I mean?
She does not fucking budge. She is terrified, and she's not going to make any sudden moves, no matter how mad they get.
This one comes over and starts sniffing you, all up in your personal bubble.
You know what? He's not chewing. She'll take it.
Opens its jaw, but when he opens his jaw, this one makes another, it backs off.
Yeah, when it gets all up in her personal space and starts getting real snuffly, she even tips the head back. She's not trying to power play this.
he'll walk up and with his hands seem to have these weird kind of dark painting on them. You know what I mean? Like they're not sure if they're tattoos or not sure if they're war paint. But he catches you by the throat very calmly. Did you bring them here with you? Are they? Why?
Why what?
Why our kin being killed?
That's not us. No, we heard kin were dying. We came to investigate. We're not here to kill anyone.
Don't lie to me.
Only things I'm interested in killing are of the worm.
You hear then this one, like, I mean, he's fucking ranting and yapping. He'll even start saying things in English. How do we know we can trust her with the worm? How do we know the worm comers are not helping her? He gives him that look as he goes dead silent. Are you from? Takes a breath. You said Heartsfather.
Yes.
Do you claim loyalty with Wolfsmaw?
My sept is trying to ally with Wolfsmaw, yes.
The grip tightens.
There's kind of that little wincing sound, a bit of a wheeze.
I mean, he pushes you up against the machine part of the back of the helicopter and even lifts you, so you lock eyes with him.
There will be a undignified kind of squeak. She still is not going to fight back this guy. For all she knows, he's the fucking Arun. Oh, she gets slammed back. She is used to meeting solid surfaces at the behest of other people. There's a wince.
But you notice it's getting colder around your neck.
She won't try to pry the hand off, but does do that kind of reflexive thing you do where you kind of grab the top of the hand and try to press down to get just enough room to get something out. She's not trying to wrench it off.
It's so much cold, it's almost painful.
Just here to investigate the death of Ken. That's it. That's all I'm here to do.
Our kin have been slain. Our people have been slain. We have many enemies at our door. Why do I find a glass walker here?
Like I said, I was sent up. There's someone logging. They're with Endron Oil, I think, owned by Endron Oil. It's a logging company. There's something going on there. There were kinfolk sent to investigate, and they've all been killed. I'm just here to figure out what happened. If your kin have been dying too, then I will happily see if they tie together. Folk are kinfolk.
Red Talon, angered, came to our sept demanding blood.
Why?
Was that you? Bam! Into the wall, like you jar and shake.
We didn't do anything. They just chased us.
Was that you who gave them blood cause? Bam!
There's another wham, and she just kind of takes a second, has to blink.
Reflexively so too lethal, because that was your head into the back of a fucking, I can't remember what, that was your head. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Into the back of a fucking helicopter. Like, fuck me. You know what I mean?
She soaks it. She's still shook.
But-
Her brains get rattled, but ow. No, I haven't killed anyone. I've been separated from my group for a day.
Day. It is not day. We heard Talon's attack 3 days ago.
I don't know. I haven't attacked any Talons. We haven't attacked any Talons. We've just been chased.
One of you left lift. He starts snarling. He's he's got one of the most intense stares you've seen. He's even more intense than some of the get.
Oh, God.
One of you left skin of wolf in woods.
Wasn't there. I don't know.
Was that you,
It wasn't me.
Wormcomer?
No. No, it wasn't me. She's like clinging to the wrist to try to get like enough. Again, it's not trying to take it off of her throat, it's just trying to carry some of her weight so she can still talk.
He pads up towards you, the lupus does, sniffing you. Rolls. Because he has to, because he's suspicious of your shit. Your manip sub. I gotta make the roll.
4, 5, 6, 7. Diff 7. He's a really good liar.
Lupus has some good shit. You turn. She is telling truth. Bites at your fingers, though.
I mean, admittedly, both of her hands are up on that giant hand around her throat, getting like frostbitten in the process, but trying to buy her some air. He can totally take a go at her ankle, though.
He does. But he doesn't bite it like we're proper. He kind of gnaws it a bit.
Mouths
But he
it
says
real
she is
good.
telling truth.
Oh, fuck, Philodox, I'm not lying.
You did not kill them and leave their skin in wood.
Like, she's trying to shake her head even for emphasis. It's not working out. No.
She is telling truth, Long Shadow. Nod sagely, like yes. If my Philodox says you tell truth, you tell truth.
She's really hoping this means the cold grip is about to get off her throat because she's pretty sure she's getting
No.
like, internal frostbite. Oh, God.
Nope.
Yep, she's just clinging until her fingers stop working anyways. Yay, gloves.
You said you are here to investigate death of kin.
Yes.
Since you came, bam!
Slam. Her head like ricochets
There
again.
There have been conflict in our land. Soak me 2 lethal as that fucking snapback.
Doing it. Oh, God, soaked.
You do, but you're jarred as all fuck.
Oh, yeah. Her
I'm gonna
brains
say
are
reflect, like perception. Perception-wise, you're +2 on things. Perception-wise, because fuck me.
Yeah,
man.
because her. Oh, God. Yeah, she's got a good jar. Her head's starting to throb. I'm sorry. I just wanted to find out what happened to the kin. That's all I want.
There
That's
are
all
more
I want to do.
dead kin now, and Guru skinned since you came.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
We will just turn and look. You turn and look at the lupus.
Lupus like fixes you with that stare, rolls the same amount of dice.
He real good at his job.
Not sure. But she is afraid. She is quite afraid. Leans up and looks into your face.
He gets the glance of thanks. It's not abating her fear at all. Just like, oh, cool. That's fine. Just call it out. It's
Not sure if lying, though. Sage
lying.
nod. Not sure.
We'll sit
Long
here
shadow. Right out.
sit here and say it until you're sure.
You get dropped to the ground, gasping.
As she's saying, please put me like ow.
As you get the back of your head like grabbed, like hair up, and by the other fellow with the bow.
Yep. She keeps just kind of submitting to it, honestly. Just wincing because her poor fucking head. She's probably still like. I realize she's not taking levels of damage, but I imagine there is blood in her hair from getting it ricocheted back against shit a couple times. Like,
There is. There is.
so yeah, there's a hiss of pain when he goes for the hair.
And the Lupus pads your arm down with his hand as this guy takes out a tomahawk.
Oh, come on. I will sit here and say it until you're sure.
You said you were not sure. Lupus just bobs his head. Not sure. Puts the tomahawk right at your finger, like on the line of the fingers.
And of course, one of them is holding the hand down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have anything to do with it. Like
You said
she looks
came into conflict.
frantic. I was chased.
Did you skin the guru?
No.
Did you skin the guru?
No.
Lifts the tomahawk.
Just kind of winces.
Did you skin the guru?
No.
Looks at his file docs one more time. The file docs will make a reroll.
Oh god.
He is telling truth now. You say, bobbing head. Biting at your ear, like gnawing at your hair a bit.
As long as he doesn't actually catch the ear, the worst he's going to get is like an attempted kind of flinch. Like, oh, that is really close
This
to my
one-
head flinch.
Soak me another 2 lethal. This one like bams the back of your elbow into the back of your head again.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that one gets a proper, like, yelp. Like, screech of pain because, yeah, he finally gets through the, She's hardy, but she's only so hardy, and she's been hit in the back of the head twice now. The one hand she does have free kind of comes up to, like you reflexively do when something's hurt, covering it with a hand. Jesus!
You are lucky I did not take your heart and lungs.
Like, she visibly has to calm herself down. Just,
I mean, feel free to take a rage your fear, because I imagine she's shitting herself.
yeah, Hannah was already, unless it has dropped running one high, so I'm gonna cry.
You can, yeah, you gotta roll it, I think, at this point.
I gotta roll. I can spend willpower.
You want to spend willpower.
Spend willpower right now is what I do.
Want to spend
He
willpower,
says-
yeah.
He says you're lucky, and there is that half second where I imagine everyone can see it, and she starts like, takes a second, like controlling the breaths, visibly turns completely inward, stops paying any attention to them, like, no, 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 no. Just fucking pushes it down. No.
Successes, and the only reason you didn't is because you spent willpower. I imagine you are absolutely terrified at this
She
point.
is. Yeah. She's shaking. In between rage and terror, she's just shaking. Still held by the fucking hair by some dude. Has a wolf sitting on one of her hands. Has some dude with the tomahawk. And yeah, she's just shaking and breathing. Focusing on breathing. Just keep breathing. But yes, she is terrified.
Like spider spitting her head through skull. You have forgotten the land. You are dead beneath your feet. And you have brought death with you.
You just let me find them.
We will take you to our resting place. And then you will go and find who skinned Guru, who skinned wolves. Kin, red talon or no, they are more pure than you will ever be.
It's just frantic nodding.
And you will find who has murdered our kin, their kin. Or I, Long Shadow, Arun, Homid, oh, there, Wendigo, will carve out your heart and give it to the great beast. So he may eat it, and you will never see your homeland, for you are too ashamed.
He didn't give me a rank.
He would have said Adrian.
Okay.
I kind of caught him midway through speaking.
That's okay. Everyone forgets the rank every time. Just nods quickly.
But
she's fucking
Fine,
scared.
Curly. This thing kicks you down to the ground, you know what I mean? Like with the back of his head. Like you feel just something wrapping behind your back. Essentially just both your hands. Like hefts you back up again.
Still bleeding out of the back of her head. Still got a nice, well, I guess it wouldn't be visible through the pants. Still got that point of ag writing on the leg. Yeah, I mean, she's not going to be hard for 3 fucking Guru to topple over. She's like vibrating with rage and terror, but it's fine. It's fine.
The lupus picks up your bags in his mouth and just carries them as you're walking for a solid hour and a half. Kicked if you kind of stumble a bit. You're brought
There's going
to
to
three
be a lot of
TPs.
kicking.
There is. This guy takes almost pleasure in it. Because,
course he does.
in your head, you keep... Yeah. He's even angrier than the Arun is.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. She is not immune to temper. I mean, she's going to be stumbling. She wasn't graceful in the fucking tundra in the first place. She's not going to be more graceful with her hands behind her back and a leg injury. Sooner or later, she's going to, like, actually bare teeth at him. It won't last.
When you bare teeth, that's when this one looks back. And even he goes fucking quiet.
As soon as he goes quiet, she just tries to scramble up to her feet before he can land another kick on her.
Bitterroot. Bring her beside me. If one kick fall on her, I will cut your leg. He just nods, pushes you beside him, and he just walks beside you.
Yep. She goes back to trying real good.
And eventually you get brought to the teepees. And you're kind of almost shoved down in front of this guy. There's the other two, like, the lupus begins to search your bags, like, what's this? What's this? You know what I mean?
I mean, he finds all sorts, and they'll be like protein bars and jerky and
He
admittedly a
eats
lot of less useful things that he doesn't want, but he's gonna
He
find jerky in there.
he takes a bite of the protein bar and goes, "Perf!" You know what I mean? You know, it makes that like weird, like, the way the dog is, that something they find funky. You know what I mean? Like,
Starts making the faces, the yeah.
this one just goes out and sits down grumpily, down by one of the other teepees, and this one sits right in front of you.
I mean, when
in the
she's
kind of
pushed
lotus
down,
time
that's
position.
where she stays. She just tries to rearrange herself into a sit that doesn't hurt her leg, which probably means like one folded in and one extended out.
My forefather would have washed the land in your blood.
Leave you.
I am not my forefathers, but I am proud Wendigo. We have been patient with your breed, your kind. We have lost our brother because of your kind. But we have still been patient. My patience is near its end.
I don't know what else to tell you.
You are not Geta Fenris or Fianna or Shadow Lord. You are naive and dead. You will learn better. Won't you?
Quick little nod. Always eager to learn.
Why have you come here?
Not the long version of the short version.
The one that will... Sorry, cough mouse, kill me. This voice is hard to do. One that I will believe truthfully.
Told you that I am from Hearth's Fire, and that Hearth's Fire is allying itself to Wolf's Maw. There is a logging company somewhere up the river. Kind of glances around. She's completely turned around. There's a logging site. The company there was spreading worm taint, so Wolf's Maw sent kinfolk to find out what was going on. When the kinfolk stopped responding, they sent us to look for them. They're dead. She kind of shrugs. All fucking dead.
Maybe it is time the Geta Fenris learn what happens when they disrespect the land and invite the worm with them.
Geta Fenris didn't invite that company. The Geta Fenris weren't involved with that company until they were trying to find out what was happening with it. They just wanted to stop it. Those kinfolk were just trying to help the land by figuring out what was tainting it.
Twitches a bit. Seems more angry at the fact the kin are dead. You get that definite impression. That's been the kind of the whole fucking main thing anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that for free. Meanwhile, you can hear the lupus like, "What is this?" Takes a bite. Ooh, do you know what I mean?
Woo! Oh no, this is not good. Bleh. Like mouthing everything in her fucking pack. Dude, there is a lot of shit in there. She has thoroughly packed.
Mhm.
Admittedly, it's things like, you know, those kind of metallic looking, like straight up emergency ass Sub-Zero blankets that look like they shouldn't do shit but are supposed to keep you alive in ridiculous temperatures. It's
Oh,
pretty.
he bites it. He bites it. He bites into it like puts it on
Oh.
like on his fur like.
Just like it's over at some point. Like, really, man? But,
Bitterroot, look at this. You know, as he's like showing it in front of his face. He's like, put the. You know what I mean?
fucking Lupus is entertained because it's shiny as all get out. But
Mhm.
yeah, the kinfolk were slaughtered the exact same way as everyone else in the camp. I just was trying to find out what happened, collect proof that they were dead, find something to bring back to their families, and come back and report so that we could get at it. At least knowing that there's something wrong with the company means that we can hunt it outside of the woods, outside of this.
And how do I know this is not the spider in your head like your tribe built? What is your goal, Glasswalker? Yes, you would fight the worm like all good guru do. What is your goal afterwards? The tip of the tomahawk kind of lifts your chin up so you look at him right in the fucking eye again.
If I'm lucky, if we were to defeat the worm, I just got engaged, man. I want to have kids.
You hear the one nose Bitterroot like, you know what I mean? Laugh, you know what I mean?
Like, you know, if the world was safe, that'd be great. I'll have a bunch of babies, but, you know, in the meantime, fighting the worm, maybe? Essentially. She's still got that, like, it's under her glove, but she's still got the wire wrapped around her finger.
The ones who have been slaughtering kin. Walks behind him to the tent and pulls out what looks to be a guide. You know, I'll actually get the picture for you now.
Boy.
It'll be on the R20. But his neck is like ripped the fuck open as well. Like you can probably guess that was the fucking tomahawk that did it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This man was tortured to death. Not in a good way.
Where am I looking on the R20?
In the enemy section. Man said, Dr. Ashcroft. He's doctor.
Can I have my hands, please?
No. Snarls, like right in your face. You may not.
You have his gear?
Gestures over a bit of
Dead as shit, right?
you've been tortured to death. Like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? His lungs are missing.
Oh, that's fine.
And his heart.
That's also totally fine and not at all distressing.
They toss over a bag and he just shoves it like right down your lap, like poof.
Are her hands tied in front or behind her?
He'll retie them in front of you.
Yeah, she doesn't make, like, they are limp the whole time. She is not going to get accused of trying to do some hinky shit. Very passively lets him retie her hands. And only once he is completely done and has pulled his hands away does she start rummaging. Like, hungrily rummaging, like there's got to be something in here. Looking for, electronics, looking for maps, looking for anything. Looking at even what kind of gear he has.
He has really high-tech gear, and you find silver bullet.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Like, she's gonna set those over there, because you know what? The last thing that they're gonna be okay with the Glasswalker having on her is some silver bullets right now. What kind of gun do they go to?
They go to what looks to be strapped around his chest, that automatic rifle.
Oh, Jesus. How many fucking clips of them are there?
One clip.
Yeah, she picks it up and kind of... I know that it doesn't actually hurt you in breed form, but I feel like it's one of those things where, like, all your hairs stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of picks it up like, huh, what the... Oh! And kind of flicks it off to the side like, nope. Right? So they know we're here. And yeah, she starts digging. She very carefully pulls out high-tech things, and anything that looks like... Anything that she picks up and is like, oh god, they will break this, just goes in her lap. But yeah, she is going to forage first to see exactly what all he has as far as gear before she starts trying to turn anything on or fuck with anything.
More or less has been high-tech special op gear for fucking snow environments. You know what I mean? Backpacks, rifles, like this is, you know what I mean? There is maps of the area, mainly up towards one of the logging companies in the mountains.
Here's an important question. How long does it look like he was prepared to be out? Like a super long time or a very, very brief period of time?
This was almost a brief period of time, which is odd. Because you find a mission directive which was retain samples 464 and 465.
Samples. Like she's eyeballing the maps, looking at roughly like if it's marked with things like drop points, whatever. This guy wasn't even meant to be here that long. Like spreading things out. Starts checking out the gear, what its functions are, like basic like assessment. I'm assuming he has like some crazy night vision shit. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll see her do things like even go so far as to hold shit up to her head. Like, try to flick it on, see if it works.
You hear the guy knows better, like, I'm coming. But he shuts up the second that guy fucking looks at him. You mean when you hear the loop is like, ooh. What is this?
Is he still going through her bag?
Yeah.
And for the sake of argument, she will, as she's assessing things, will explain. Because, like, even when she holds up the goggles, she holds them up, checks to see if they're working. Will be pleasantly surprised when they are? Question mark?
They're not working because there is a big fucking dent mark in them. You can guess where that came from.
Yeah, I can almost imagine that it was potentially on his head originally. Kind of glances over at the corpse kind of grimly, like, oh, well, so much for that. Sets aside, and yeah, goes through his gear. Please tell me there's some sort of radio or phone.
There is a radio, yes, and a phone.
Are they busted?
The radio is shredded in half, and the phone, what if you call the phone anymore?
Gonna check and see if there's a SIM card in that bitch.
High or low?
Oh no, I need it. If only you could spend willpower on chest dice. Oh god. Fucking high.
There's a SIM card.
Oh, thank everything I hold holy. Lux, finally, manages to wrench the thing open and get the SIM card out, because I imagine it's half crunched, like, oh, please still work, please still work, please still work. And yeah, better yet, see if there's a backup battery and see if she can hitch up her phone to it. She leaves it off, but sees if she can get any kind of charge.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to see what he has, and I need my phone to work to see the information on this. And she holds up the little SIM card, but I can't see it without my phone. I wouldn't do it if I didn't need to see what was here.
The eyes narrow.
I'm not going to do anything weird.
With the sign, like, not for comedy appearance, but sign appearance, like, sus of your shit. So fucking sus.
You can stand right here next to me with the tomahawk. It's cool. I'm not going to do anything weird.
That tomahawk goes by your throat.
Ooh.
Even draws a little bit of blood.
She was really hoping you wouldn't take her up on that fully. There's a wince. Ow. I haven't even done anything yet. Leaves the phone and charger on her lap for a second because it's going to need to get some juice in it before she can do much. And then just kind of carefully looks for anything else. Notes. Usually they'll have like a little like pocket-sized notepad, and if it's not in the bag, she's going to look over at the body like, ew. Gross.
Yeah, there is a note. Again, it's badly damaged, but you can kind of semi-make it out. Receive sample 464, wolf, and retrieve remnants of sample 465, body.
She'll point to the map.
You hear the last thing under 4. You hear on the last thing under 465, Black Fury.
Put that back up. And we'll pull over the map, pointing to whatever area is like the focus of it. Can you read a map? Do you know where this is?
Kneels down and examines it. Up in mountain.
That's where he was supposed to go.
There was avalanche today.
Shit.
We got him as he was running down. He did not make it upwards.
This doctor, I guess, wants something there, and I think they have either the bodies of Guru or kinfolk there. We need to
gets everyone's attention.
We need to see what they have. Make sure they can't do anything with it, and I can find out if they have done anything, if there are any electronics left.
There was
Just a glance
avalanche
of-
in mountain.
On the bright side, it probably wiped out any installation they had there. But we still need
We
to make
heard
sure there's
howling.
nothing for them to retrieve.
We heard howling.
Oh, God. So she points at the magazine, points at the dude. This guy was paid a lot of money, and they spent a lot of money getting him this gear. This isn't, even I can't get this easily. Like, Weaver bound or not, I can't get stuff like this easily. Somebody really, really wants what's up there. And an avalanche may just mean they wait and come back and try to dig it out. If they've invested this much, you know how many there were?
Bitterroot counted 4 going up the mountain.
Okay,
We found this one lurking below.
So a small team.
We also saw Red Talon.
Great.
Then there was Avalanche.
Yeah.
We also saw 3 others.
Others?
Look over at Bitterroot. Bitterroot will shrug. Yes. 3 others. Went up. They seemed quite scared. All wolves. We did not think they were Talons. They did not move like Talons. Could not get sent through snow. Too thick.
Could you describe them? You said just 3.
Red, orange, nods, black. 2 black, orange.
Then yeah, she'll mull that over for a second. Be like, oh, did they get away from the avalanche?
We could not see further. We found him.
There.
By the time we were finished, we saw Avalanche and Mountain. Heard howling.
Okay, well, how long do you think they'll linger up there?
Who?
Ones that are howling.
If Talons stay up there, everyone dies. They will not rest until they have found everyone. Everyone.
I understand. But they won't understand how much people will want what's under the snow.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in a helicopter and a larger team to retrieve it. If they wanted it badly enough to send in a team of these guys. And she points at the body again.
Then we should take you back to our sept. Which is, you'll say Northern Star. The way he's pointing, that's miles and miles away. But it is great work.
Do you have any way to communicate with them from here?
No Theurge. We are Guardian. Pack is separated.
I imagine hells aren't a good idea.
No.
Observe face. How come they aren't chasing you?
They are not chasing us. We have come down from border. Pack is making sure river is clear. We will send word.
Could you... I know I don't have any right to ask, but could you take me back to the logging camp by the river?
Why?
I might be able to find something else useful there. Maybe why everyone's dead? Do you know
will
any...
travel with us.
Yeah.
If you run,
I'm not
I
going
will
to
eat your
outpace
heart.
you.
I will eat your heart.
I'm not stupid. I want to live. I'm not going to run.
Then you will walk with us in the morning.
Okay, I'm going to turn my phone on. You can watch. Please, please don't break it. Please. She finally just kind of slowly reaches over and, clicks it to see if there's, how much juice it's managed to get in the intervening time. Like, please be fast charging.
It's decent, not the greatest.
And it'll be enough to read a SIM card. And yeah, she'll crack it open, like, trade out the cards. Go ahead and turn it on. Making sure that she nigh immediately flicks down the options to turn off GPS, turn off Bluetooth, turn off everything. that could connect it to something else. Even turns off her fucking, like, data. Turns off everything. She just wants to read what's directly on the card and does not want to send out a signal.
Mm-hmm.
And once she is sure she has everything turned off that can turn off and her still be able to access the card, we'll start pulling it open and seeing what she's got on there as far as files, contacts, anything.
You will find, basically, from what you can tell, this has been like, this person contacted me, that person contacted me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like we were hired through this PMC, private mercenary company, mainly because, you know what I mean? It's designed to be like difficult to trace, but you get the impression is it all traces back to, in the end, Endron Oil.
Yeah, she will eventually keep her GPS off, but turn on her data, see if she can get any connection out here. Chances are pretty low, but worth a shot.
What are you trying to do?
She's gonna finally turn her data on to see if it can get any sort of phone signal.
Nah. Out here? Nah.
I said,
No.
I figured chances are low unless they have stations somewhere that are fucking echoing a signal from somewhere else.
You're too far in.
Yeah. So she's not going to be able to look things up, but she just kind of, she flicks the thing on, scrunches her nose, turns it back off. And like to him, it's like she clicks an icon. It glows. She frowns at it. Clicks it again. It stops glowing. But yeah, she thumbs through and is eventually like, I've got a handful of numbers. It's stuff I could use later when I'm somewhere where I can get to a proper connection. But it means that I can have people hunting them outside of here. I can have them hunting them back in the city. Going for the ones at the top that never come out here where you can get a hold of them.
You swear this?
I can swear to pass it up the line and to push it as hard as I can.
You swear this on your blood?
There's still a tomahawk biting into the side of her neck. Yeah, pretty literally right now.
He draws a small little cut in your neck.
Winces.
Takes your blood and wipes it down along the side of your face. And by your blood I accept.
I mean, to say the Glasswalker looks confused is kind of an understatement. Admittedly, probably more apprehensive than confused, but... She clicks the phone off, trades the SIM cards back out, very carefully looks for a place to stow that one, stows it in the phone case. She won't lose it. Okay. I will do this. I've said I will do this. And like I said, I'm not going to run. But if you can get me back there, maybe I can find more. May I show you the people I came with and know that there's even a slight chance that if you and yours find them, maybe we can get them back to me.
Who are they and what tribe?
Some of them are tribes you are not going to like, but they are here for the same reason I am. It's all they came to do.
That is not something I would agree. You have given your blood. I hold you responsible. What happened to them is out there. They are not with you.
Talon separated us.
They are not with you. The wild has them now. If they are strong, they will find you. and we will see.
Okay. And she thinks about it. Here's an interesting question for you, Torna. Generally, what plug and play does is it lets you connect to things that you shouldn't be able to, things that shouldn't be Wi-Fi compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Could she use it to connect to things like some of his gear and perhaps find serial numbers, where it came from, where it was made, like if anyone
Give
like
me-
stuff was signed off on it?
You can give me a wits technology roll. It's going to be tough, even with plug and play.
All
So
right.
I'm going to make you actually roll wits technology difficulty 8.
Whew. All right. I will. She will, before she does this, will swap the swim cards again. Because she is not doing that with her fucking info on the phone. And having it plugged in the whole time will glance up and say, I am going to try to use this, pointing at the phone, to read these, gesturing across her lap, the various bits of tech, both dead and alive. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not using any other gifts. But I have to reach out to do this. Okay?
Pad, 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 pad. Bumps you in the side of the face.
Bumped. Blinks
Very
at.
suspicious.
What will make you less suspicious?
Not your trickery.
I can make this talk to these and tell me what they say, but I have to do that in order to get
Do
them
not
to
lie.
talk.
Do not like. Sits.
Okay? Do you want me to not do it more than you want what they might tell me?
How do we know you're not using it to bring others to us?
Doesn't reach that far.
How do we know that?
Listen and tell me if I'm telling the truth.
Paradox eye narrow, you know what I mean?
She's a fucking Philodox. She just, yeah, that's right. I know your shit. Vouch for me yourself.
Oh god, he fails.
She kind of looks at him like, all
Not
right.
sure. Frowns. Not sure.
Rubs her face. Doesn't do the thing.
If she does, I will open her throat.
There you go.
Do your work.
Compelling argument.
Paradox grumble. He just grumbles and pads his lupus head down like paddles off. Decides instead to fuck you, with your stupid shit and raffle some of your gear.
Just tries not to be furious that he is. Do you have any idea how hard it was to get all that in that pack? Those are my clothes. Those are my. That is. I only have so many changes of underwear in there, man. Essentially, is the side glance she's giving him as he's like grabs the bottom of the bag and starts whipping it around like an asshole just to make things tumble out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? All right. Let's see if I can get him to talk. Yeah, she'll turn it back on. Spend the willpower. You said wits technology, not computers?
Yes.
See you dodging my merits.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
this would
God.
be more tech based anyway. I
Yeah,
feel,
that's fair.
'cause
These
you're
aren't
gonna
exactly computers meant to be read.
Yeah, exactly. Ah,
Yeah. I'll let you be that guy. Man,
can't make it too easy on you, Katie. But
I am gonna be churning through it like a boss. But God, I really shouldn't keep spending.
I mean, you have to spend willpower to activate the gift anyway.
Yeah, I really shouldn't
And you
spend
can't.
anymore.
And I don't think you can spend willpower on the gifts as well. I don't think.
I mean, it's yeah, fuck it. I'm really not even gonna. I can't afford to anyways. Oh, please, Dice Gods. Oh, please. Really?
Nah.
Fucking really?
Yeah, no.
What the fuck is... my
Nah,
wit specialty isn't gonna help with this at all. Quick
No,
thinking is not
sadly
gonna
not.
help. Yeah, she basically kicks it up, activates the gift, and starts fighting with her phone. Like, trying to crack into whatever, like, it's not even, like, really software per se, it's the inherent electronic shenanigans in the fucking gear. She reaches over to try to turn a handful of things on to see if it'll make it easier. And, may I extend the roll if she's really stubborn?
Yes, but the difficulty's gonna crank.
Oh, God. Oh, God. You know what? She really wants it. She wants breadcrumbs, and she wants them bad. So no, she's gonna latch on. Fuck it. I know she's getting side-eyed literally the entire time, but... nah, she's taking a fucking knock around the head. She's getting some shit. Let's do this! Fuck!
Just a fail.
They're both just fails. She periodically, like, cusses. Quietly to herself, essentially. Because this isn't proper software, and it's hard to fucking get into. It's hard to convince it that it is supposed to be read. And yes, I would like to read it. I do not want zeros and ones! Like, it's essentially what's going on.
This Wendigo is just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if any of the pieces are so defunct that she can't even, like, catch them on the scan, they get, like, kind of flicked over her shoulder like piece of shit.
So
because she's running high on rage, and this is frustrating.
what are you doing, Charlotte?
Can I don't want to spend another willpower. God damn it. Why are these gifts so expensive?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I mean, you can call it a quits for the ad. Maybe you can attempt it again when you get to better location. You know what I mean? You do tell yourself that.
Yeah. She does.
You are at the mid.
drag
Like
on.
I'll point out where the fuck you are with one picture. Look at that. Look at it.
Well, yeah, but
Does
she
it
promised
look-
not to connect
Yeah.
to anything external. She's just like, son of a... And yeah, eventually she will stop trying, pitch a handful of things back into the pack that are actually potentially scavengeable. We'll probably, like, kind of pointer and thumb style, like, pinch grab that magazine and, like, I'm just gonna tuck that there. You just go back in there. That's nice. Ugh. And yeah, she finally just dumps the gear back into the bag. Turns off the phone, leaves it connected to the external battery, kind of glances at the external battery like, please tell me you have a decent, have a decent charge. And just ends up, like I said, she's got like one leg out, one leg curled. And you know what? Fuck your tomahawk. Is it at the front of her throat? Or is it like off at the side or some shit? Or is he still even hovering?
Front of the throat, right at the jugular.
She's not going to lean forward then. It has made this whole process extremely awkward, and at one point she probably kind of leaned in to focus and fucking cut herself again, and it was just like, really? And eventually, yeah, just gives the fuck up. Leans back a bit, tries to kind of just rub her face. You know, the one shitty thing about electronics is you can't torture them. Can't fucking... It's the whole both hands drag down the front of the face, like... just... can't get him to talk to me. Not in a way
is
that I can
because it is-
understand. Sorry. She kind of glances aside.
That is because it is Weaver.
The risk of saying things that will piss people off that have already bashed in the back of my head, I'm usually pretty good at understanding Weaver things. It's
He doesn't
almost-
actually get angry at that because you're a fucking glasswalker. Of
it's
course you
almost
are.
Like
I was
it's-
writing myself shit.
It's almost
that
like
type of stare.
it's my whole fucking thing. Is there any kind of fire there? Because I imagine, like, she's not wearing fur right now, and she's got winter gear on, but she's sitting on the ground and it's sapping heat.
Actually, by his tent, so he would have actually sat you down by the fire.
She is so grateful for that fire right now. Alright. Till I get a hold of something else, I might be able to talk to other machines. The camp. Has anyone cleansed it after they slaughtered everyone, whoever it was? I'm assuming it was the Talons. I don't know, but
We do
Does-
not know. We assume Talon.
has anyone cleansed it?
It is in their. This is being in their territory. This Porter.
Fuck. You know, if I thought howling and saying pretty please would work, I'd do it in a heartbeat. That is just not how things are up here, is it?
No.
Oh. May I please shift?
It is getting dark. No. We will heal you.
Okay. There's like a skeptical glance, almost like she expects the healing process to involve more hair yanking and head bashing. Let's face it.
He
kinda
just
rough
reaches into the back of the teepee and takes out this small little vial of wrapped string and just smacks it on your ankle. That's 4 health levels back.
Oh, thank you.
Do
Finally
not thank
folds
me.
in the other leg.
You have given
Regardless-
blood out. You must live to fulfill it.
I appreciate that.
We are not Fenrir. We honor oaths paid.
Man, look at that. Look at that point fly by and her not arguing it.
Look at all that salt.
Look at all that
Look at all
shit that
that
I
Wendigo
am not
salt.
even going to start to argue. Because you know what? I don't. Nope.
Then look at all that Wendigo salt. Yep, look at it right there in your face. Mmm. Salty.
Yeah, no, she sees it. She sees that salt going right past her face. And she thinks on it, but she's not going to be quite impulsive enough to make certain determinations. Oh, she will after a pause. Glance over. Can I ask one more thing?
Yes.
Have you seen a group of 4? Up here.
Eyebrow raise.
One of them is very pale. Paler than him. Points over at the Philodox.
No.
She honestly, like, she's not sure whether to be relieved or worried.
I mean, you can tell he's not lying. He's just, nah.
Thank you.
We met Black Fury. We met Black Furies.
Furies?
Yes. Down the river.
Did they lose kin?
One of their own is missing. They are
Okay.
quite angry.
Are they willing to talk?
You hear him laugh for the first time.
Obviously
It's
not
weird
to
to
me.
see. It's weird to see that angry man
Fucking-
laugh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The fucking Glasswalker being like, "So are they willing to talk?" That's got to be the funniest thing he's seen in the last year.
Leans
Alphonse
back
laughing at me. I can hear him across
cackling.
the
like even like supposed to way to go laugh at you.
Just rubs her face like, you know what? I deserve this. I'm not even mad. Just rubbing her face
You are-
like,
You are funny. Pats you on the head.
Yep, that's
Funny.
me.
Funny little thing.
This is why everyone calls me Ditz. This right here. This is why. I can tell. Okay.
We shall name you. We shall name you Squirrel. Funny Squirrel. Pat pat.
You know what? I could dig it. But okay, obviously not to me. That would be a terrible idea. But I think the person they're missing is, she points up at the fucking mountains, is up in that place. I don't think they're alive.
Rubs the back of his bald head like, oh shit. Do you know what I mean? It's that type of thing. Like, oh my.
But from what I've figured out, from what he has, they have the body of a Black Fury there, and it's one of the things they came back to get.
We shall check out camp first. Then we will see if we can find Fury.
If you just need to tie me to a tree somewhere for that, that is a-okay.
No!
Frowns faintly, like, oh, but I choose life. Like,
They will not harm you while I am there. You have given blood oath.
okay.
We respect honor. They will understand it. They are like us. We respect them.
Yep. Okay. And at least until we set out, she kind of like points over to where the lupus has spilled all of her shit on the ground, all of it. Can I at least get my blanket? Since I can't shift.
Stands up. You will sleep in tent.
She looks reasonably surprised, like, oh.
Cannot have you dying.
Yep, can't fill a promise dead. Okay. Getting it. Kind of looks over at all the shit on the ground. Is there any chance I can repack any of that?
No.
Of course not.
In morning.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she just, I mean, at this point, she's just glancing at him for direction. She shoved all the stuff back into the bag except for her
Points
phone
to
and the
one of the
charger.
points to the largest tent, which you guess is his, as he just walks in.
Yeah, she'll kind of do the heave ho to get her feet under her again because sitting with no hands is awkward. Yep. She kind of heave hoes her way up, returns like the phone and charger to her pocket. This is mine. Leaves it off for now because she needs to conserve the battery. Yeah, it just goes to follow.
And he just points to one of the sleeping bags, and he just sits there watching you.
You have any idea how relieved she is that there is an actual, like, there is a sleeping place, whether it's a sleeping bag or a pile of furs, she doesn't give a fuck. She's just like, oh my god. Yeah, thank the Lord. Yeah, I mean, he can stare all he wants. She just obediently clambers into this pocket of warm.
And yeah, as Charlotte now is with Team Wendigo as we end this scene.
Yeah, and you know what? Just to validate her shit, she will like be pulling off her gloves and shit because hey, she's seen survival videos. You don't sleep in your clothes. You need them to be dry in the morning, and bodies make moisture. So yeah, she eventually will have the gloves off and be spinning that fucking wire ring around her finger. And go to sleep. With Team Wendigo. Banana.